What's going on, guys? Today's team build a bunch you've been asking for. We're going to find out how good a team of Minnesota-born players is. As you can see here, we got the Minnesota Loons. If you're wondering why I chose Loons for the team name, they got a loon there on the custom logo with like the outline of the state of Minnesota. At the bottom there, you can see top players. Phil Housley, of course, one of our legends, along with Jake Ottinger and Blake Wheeler. One thing I noticed, Minnesota's got a lot of good players from the state, but I feel like there's really no superstars, so we'll see how that affects the team. And as always, guys, we're using a 33-team custom league for this video. We got the Minnesota Loons in the Central Division, of course, with the Minnesota Wild. We're actually one overall below them, 8-8 overall there, which puts us kind of like in the middle of the pack in the division. So I feel like we got a decent shot making the playoffs. And next, you guys, I'll show what the lines are looking like for this team. As I mentioned, really no superstar, but we do have a decent amount of depth. So first line here is actually like a pretty huge first line. You got Anders Lee 6'3", Brock Nelson 6'4", Blake Wheeler 6'5". So hopefully, they can use their size to their advantage, kind of dominate out there. They're going to +1 chem boost. We got Zach Parise, Blake Lizotte, and Brock Besser on the second line. They get a +2. Langenbrunner here, one of our legends, is playing with Middlestat and Okposo, so the two Buffalo Sabres there. On the third line, also getting a +2. And then fourth line here, we got Bukestad, Stepan, and Travis Boyd. Now, if you guys are thinking like maybe where's TJ Oshie, unfortunately, he wasn't born in Minnesota. He just moved there when he was a kid, so that doesn't count. They had to be born in the state. Defensively, though, Minnesota definitely just pumps out D-man. So, best player on the team, legend here, Phil Housley, 90 overall. Hopefully, he can kind of carry this team as well as his D-core. Paired up with Justin Falk there. Second pairing is Mikey Anderson, Ryan McDonough. And then third pair there is Condre Miller, Brady Shea, getting a +3. So, again, defense looks very solid. Goaltending-wise, we got Jake Ottinger in net. So, that's also a really big boost for this team. Charlie Lindgren even isn't too bad of a backup. In terms of the special teams, obviously, this team's a lot more defensive. So, like, the first power play unit isn't too bad. After that, though, obviously it's not the best. Luckily, though, I feel like, we got pretty solid PK. Again, we got the size and stuff, +5 as well on that first unit. So we'll see kind of what this team's going to do. Again, I feel like they should be a playoff team, but I definitely don't expect them to win the Stanley Cup or anything. Also, two guys I'll show you on the AHL team, some guys that didn't quite make the team. We got Noah Cates there, Ryan Poehling, Kiefer Bellows, Cole Smith. Defense is sick for an AHL team. Like, this is how many good defensemen have come from Minnesota. Look at this AHL D-core. Nick Leddy, Eric Johnson, Nick Jensen, Nate Schmidt, Ryan Lindgren, Alex Goligoski. Also, two scratched as Justin Holl. So, just Minnesota, like I said, pumps out defensemen. I think two goalies. Yeah, we got Alex Stalock there in net. So again, I'm quite curious to see how this team does. If you're wondering about the captaincy, I decided to kind of make a big move here, give Blake Wheeler back his C after he was stripped of it on Winnipeg. The two alternates there, those are two legends in Langenbrunner and Phil Housley. Honestly, wasn't really too many Minnesota legends. Like, I was looking around. I tried to get Matt Cullen, but I don't think he's in the game. At least I couldn't find him on any NHL alumni team. Blake Wheeler currently point per game in the preseason. Our team there is 5-2. Show you guys the ratings here next, along with the jersey. And as you guys can see here, with the burgundy and gold colors, the away jersey is actually based off Minnesota Duluth, while the home jersey, along with the alternate, is based off the Minnesota Gophers. So right there's the home. You can see mostly goals with some burgundy. The alternate there is all burgundy with just like the M on the front. So I feel like they turned out, pretty cool. I'm not sure how sold I am on the Minnesota Loons being the team name, but it is what it is. So ratings here, 86 offense, 92 defense, 86 goaltending. Again, I think those two guys shown on screen, Ottinger, Housley, as well as even Blake Wheeler for that matter, really got to step up here if we're going to make some noise this season. And so we just finished the season, guys, with a record of 44, 28, and 10, which was good enough to make the playoffs. 98 points there on the year, finished third in the division. We have the Avalanche in the first round, unfortunately. The Blackhawks somehow won the division. I don't think I've seen them win the division in a long time. I don't know how they pulled that off. Their current goaltending situation, as well as just their team in general. The Ducks also won the Pacific. What the heck? I actually had the attributes thing set to 9 out of 10 to make it more realistic. And the two winning teams in the West make no sense. The East with the Bruins and the Hurricanes, that's okay. But how do the Ducks and the Blackhawks, the two worst teams in their respective divisions, win their divisions and make the playoffs? That's crazy. Brock Besser there, point per game actually. Wow, he's playing on the second line. That's really impressive. Obviously, he's on the first power play, but still. Like, yeah, 17 minutes a night, put up 83 points, really good. Behind him, Housley 62 as a D-man, Wheeler 60, Lee there 56, and Langenbrunner. Parise had 50 points. That's not bad at all for him. Lizotte was close. Nelson close to 50, but he was playing a lot. Honestly, should have done better than that. After him, you got Justin Falk there, 42 points. Again, for D-man's not bad. Middlestat 35, we'll take it. Okposo there is pretty close to 30. Goaltending stats, Ottinger here. Nice numbers, 907, 3.0. Not amazing or anything, but we'll take it. AHL-wise, if you guys are curious, Stalock there. Pretty good numbers. Ryan Poehling, 78 points. Eric Johnson, 78 points. How did he pull that one off? Was he like second pair, I think, in the AHL? He must have been first pairing, because how do you put up that many points? Yeah, 25 minutes a night. he was playing quite a bit. But still, I can't believe he put up that many points. Like, that is ridiculous. Nick Leddy there, like, more offensive, 63. Goligoski, 43. So yeah, this AHL team just got, carried by their defense. And so next year, you guys take a look at the entire league. McDavid there, led scoring 110 points. Ovi right behind him though, 103. Pasternak also at 100. Sam McKinnon. Matthews there. Troy Terry, big year for him. Tage Thompson as well. You guys can see I'm about halfway through actually editing my custom roster. I know everyone's been asking for it. Basically though, once I heard EA was fixing all the heights and weights for players, I decided to hold off until then. So I basically had to start from scratch, even though like I could reference, my old work. It's still taking me quite a bit. Drysdale, Marchand there. Goals, yeah, Ovi there, 62. Wins and Maurice Richard. Defensive scoring here, Cale Makar. Actually tied with Charlie McAvoy, both 83. You also got Quinn Hughes there, basically point per game. Really no other surprises. I guess Ryan Ellis, if he wasn't injured. Maybe you could put up 64. Goaltender stats here. Freddie Anderson with the most wins. Save percentage here is actually Tristan Jarry there, .93. Wow, I'm guessing his goals against 2.16. Yeah, very, very good numbers for him on the Pittsburgh Penguins this year. Next year, guys, take a look at the entire league. I can't believe Chicago. So Boston's first, then Carolina. Chicago's third. The Ducks are 8th. So like the West in general, not too great. I mean, Colorado there as well at 6. You then had us at 9. So we were a top 10 team, which obviously I'm not going to complain about. The top 16 made it. Toronto missed, which is probably the biggest surprise there. Last in the league, though, Arizona Coyotes. So, like, that makes sense. I still don't know how Chicago was able to pull off what they did this sim. Same with the Ducks. And as I mentioned, you guys, in the first round here, we're up against the Colorado Avalanche. So, it's going to be a tough test for sure. We'll see what happens. First 2 games in Denver. We get a win and a loss. I mean, honestly, I'll take 1-1 against the defending Stanley Cup champions. Head home to Minnesota. We're playing at the Xcel Energy Center, which, of course, is where the Wild play. We get an OT loss and a win. So, like, we're playing them quite close here. We actually haven't lost so far by more than a goal, which is pretty crazy. Game 5. Another win. If we upset the defending champs, that'd be insane. We do. 3-2 OT win. Wow. Moving on to round 2 with this team now. And we got the Chicago Blackhawks. So we should win. I mean, I know, they made the playoffs and everything, but we should win. And we get a couple wins there in the first 2 games. Head home now as well. And we get a win and OT loss. I mean, we're looking pretty good. We're up 3 games to none on them. 3 games to 2 at this point. Are they going to pull it off? No. Okay, so we beat the Central Division winners there in 6. And next up, we have the Ducks. This might be, like, the easiest road to a Stanley Cup ever. We're in Anaheim, though, for these first 2 games. We get 1 win, 1 loss. Head home now to Minnesota. Another, win and a loss. So, series is tied 2 apiece. And we lose Game 5. Okay, so we have to win these next 2 to have any chance. They're up 3-2. I can't believe, like, they're doing this. Stepan and Wheeler for us. 6-4. That's probably all she wrote. Best or Middlestat for us. We need a huge third period. We get 1 there for Middlestat, unfortunately. Too little, too late. So, I mean, a pretty good run for this team, honestly, making the conference final. I can't believe we lost the Anaheim Ducks, though. Like, that's insane. And look at this, guys. Phil Leslie popped off point per game. I just want to take a quick look at the Ducks lines. I'm curious if they've added anybody, changed anything up. Zegras and Terry both grew in rating. I think McTavish grew a little bit as well. Other than that, though, this team looks to be pretty much the same. Yeah, no changes on defense. Drysdale grew a bit. 85 Gibson. I've lowered him in rating. They still go and do that. That's crazy. And now the playoffs are over, guys. The Pittsburgh Penguins actually beat the Anaheim Ducks there in the Stanley Cup final. The Cleveland Monsters won the Calder Cup. I actually totally forgot to check how our AHL team did, of course, led by an NHL D-core. I feel like, they should have done pretty decent. And they lost in round 1 to the Henderson Silver Knights. They actually won 1 playoff game. I cannot believe that. But I want to take a look here and see how the rest of our players did in the playoffs, as well as to see if we got any awards. Besser 16 is pretty solid. After that, bit of a drop-off. Parise, Langenbrunner, a couple, Devils legends, both had 13. Wheeler, Lee, Nelson, another pretty big drop-off there. Ottinger's stats in the playoffs, .91 and 2.74, so he actually played better for us there than the regular season. And if you guys are curious too, Penguins here beat the Islanders in 7, Hurricanes in 7, Lightning in 6, and then the Ducks in 6. So they played almost the max amount of games you can in their playoff run. Obviously, we know the team awards there. Individual, McDavid, 3rd straight, Art Ross. Pasternak, though, got the Hart Trophy. McAvoy, James Norris gets it over Makar. DeBrincat, Lady Bing. Owen Power there got the Calder. Malkin, Conn Smythe. I think I actually forgot to check rookie scoring. Tristan Jarry there, Vezina Trophy. Anderson, though, gets William Jennings with Ranta. That's actually their 2nd straight year winning it. Jake McCabe, Bill Masterton. Blackhawks coach Jack Adams. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. O'Reilly, Selke, Pasternak, Ted Lindsay, Ovi there, Maurice Richard. And next, you guys quickly will take a look at the AHL awards. I'm just curious if we won any. Cole Lynn, most points. Paling MVP. Okay, so there we go. Paling got MVP. Kupari, most goals. Eric Johnson, best defenseman. I mean, yeah, he popped off this year. Branson was actually buried in the AHL, but Got MVP for the Cleveland Monsters in the playoffs. Go figure. Kajula sportsmanship. Murmis there, community involvement. And then you got Brossois there, lowest goals against with Aiden Hill. I mean, Vegas, yeah, with a healthy Leonard, they got a pretty good goalie core. But that's going to do it, guys, for this video. Hopefully enjoyed it. If you did, leave a thumbs up. I think the next team I'm probably going to do is Boston or New York, so stay tuned for that. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.